You've got your boy Frank and Dr. Disrespect on my left. So, a whacking Essendon are a pathetic team, a pathetic club.
Who's going to match it with Payne Haas? Max King. Oh my
fucking God!
That's a Brownlow! We did it! We fucking did it!
3, 2, 1. G'day, punters, and welcome back to the podcast, episode number 16.
Yep.
You've got your boy Frank and Dr. Disrespect on my left.
Oh, that's fucking very good. Yeah,
Obviously, got Dr. Disrespect on the left with the blue hair currently. Give the viewers a little shift for him. Give him a look.
Plenty, a bit of right and a bit of left here.
So, I mean, if you haven't, go and follow the Instagram or all our social media pages, really. But we just dropped a banger of a video. Obviously, Doug lost a bet to basically the entire Bulldogs fan base.
I basically lost the bet to myself because no one told me to do it. It was me being stupid as usual.
Yeah.
Just didn't think it would lose. So, wagered with myself.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Doubled down. I think it's bravery, courage, smart, handsome, funny. But to be honest, they're not all winners.
No.
You're
a man of your word.
That's right. That I am. And we aren't biased in this podcast either.
No. We're men of our word and we're unbiased.
But look, we will, address the elephant in the room, and that is that this week, am a loser. This blue hair is going to be sitting around for a week.
Mm-hmm.
So to all the Bulldogs fans out there that begged, forced, and bullied me into getting my hair coloured, had a lot of requests to go blue, and I personally thought it'd be way more funny to go blue, and yes, it is. So that's what we've run with. Blue hair is here.
Blue hair, don't care.
Blue hair era.
Now, while we're here, we probably also should talk about the other elephant in the room, us in the clouds.
Yes.
We aren't in the clouds right now, but to you guys, we are.
My ears are popped.
There is some changes going on with the podcast. We've got a new set coming and lots of cool things behind the scenes that we can't announce yet, but stay tuned. We will announce them pretty shortly. But yeah, for now, enjoy us floating in the clouds.
This is the same place where Katy Perry filmed that music video.
Yeah, I wish she was here. I guess we are on Cloud 9, obviously, because we have come off a weekend in the group where we demolished them. We killed them, the bookies. We took them for everything they're worth, pretty much. NRL, we went up plus 19 units. Football, we went up plus 7 units. So had there's a little bit more in NBA and stuff. I've had about a 27 unit win on the weekend, which for a $100 punter is $2,700.
Get that in here.
So a whacking,
yeah,
which we love.
We pummeled them.
But yeah, that's why we're on Cloud 9. Where do we want to kick off this week?
Up to you, man. Like I said, obviously, State of Origin is next Wednesday.
It is next Wednesday. Let's kick off with State of Origin teams. So
we'll kick off with State of Origin teams. Yeah.
We did our predictions last week and the week before on both. We'll talk about where we went wrong or missed, but I'll do the Blues team. You can do the Queensland team, shall we?
Sounds good. Go for it.
All right. So the winning team this series, the Blues, we'll kick it off. Fullback, Dylan Edwards. On the wings, we had Brian To'o and Zach Lomax. In the centres, we had Stephen Crichton, Latrell Mitchell. Halves pairing of Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary. That looks dangerous to me. Forwards, we had in the front row Mitch Barnett and Payne Haas. Blind Freddie could have probably seen that coming. Dummy half, Reece Robson. And then in the second row, we had Liam Martin and Angus Crichton. And then in the lock, the 13, we have Isaiah Yeo, who also is the captain. And then coming off the pine, we have the best utility in the game, Connor Watson, number 14. Number 15, back fence Spencer Leniu. 16, Huddy Young, well-deserved. And 17, an interesting one, Max King. Yeah.
You have bagged Max King every week for the last 3 weeks. Yeah. Saying that, who is in the Bulldogs forward pack? Who's going to match it with Payne Haas? Max King. Oh. Yeah,
no, you're right. You're right.
There has Campbell Graham in front of him personally, but
there has been a bit of argy-bargy with the Bulldogs forward pack. Not Max King in particular, but just the whole Bulldogs forward pack. But nonetheless, congrats to him. Didn't think he was going to get picked, to be quite honest.
No.
So interested to see how he does. 18, the extended bench, we had Campbell Graham. 19, Stefano Uto Ikamanu. Don't really know how he got picked, but could probably put that one down to bellyache being on the advisor panel. And then 20, Hamoli Olakwatu.
Yeah.
That's a pretty strong New South Wales back for mine.
It's not a bad side at all. And then we have to probably get this Queensland side drawn up here, just quietly.
Oh, yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Righto. Well, first of all, Von touched that. What are your thoughts on You said Blind Freddie could have picked the front rowers for the Blues.
Mm.
You didn't have Mitch Barnett as your starting prop.
I mean, no, but no, you're right. I didn't. I mean, I wouldn't pick him personally. I feel like there's better out there. I do. Like, but maybe bring him off the bench. I've got no issue with him being in the team, but I probably wouldn't have started him personally.
Blind Freddie could have picked. Neither did me or you last week. So fucking very good. All right, we'll go into the Queensland 17 here. At fullback, we've got Kalen Ponga.
Give me a sec. I'll pin it down for you.
Yeah, thanks, brother. We got Kalen Ponga at fullback. On the wings, we have Xavier Coates and Valentine Holmes. Obviously, Xavier Coates scoring that fucking amazing try on the weekend against the Sharks, although losing. In the centres, we've got the Hammer and debutant Robert Toya from the Sydney Roosters. Not sure if you guys saw what happened to Robert Toya last time he played against Latrell. He's in for an absolute bath, but congratulations to Roberts for making the side nonetheless. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's the youngest.
Sorry, you sat on the mic there.
That's all right. He's like the freshest debutant from the Maroons team since like fucking. We're going way back. I think it's Fatty Vorden. It's like 10 games he's played, but then getting picked for the Origin team.
Toya?
That's quite an achievement nonetheless. Yeah. In the halves, we have Cam Munster and Daly Cherry Evans. Blind Freddie could have picked that one. Mo Fotuaika, unsure how he snuck back into the forward line. Nevertheless, he's there with Tino Fa'asuamalawi. Is his partner, and then we've got Harry Grant at the hooker position.
Yep.
In the back row, we've got Ruben Cotter and Jeremiah Nanai. Turnstiles, both of them, so that'll be great for the Blues, and Pat Carrigan locking them in pending broken lips. And on the bench, we've got Dean Gilbert, aka Tom Dearden, in the utility position, Lindsay Collins, Bo for more. I prefer him for less because he's not that great. Either way, he's in the team. And Trent Loiero? Trent Loiero, whatever his name is, he is in the 17. Good for him. And in the emergencies, we've got Kurt Mann, Jesse Arthurs, and Kulakifu Finafaweka from the Dolphins. Honestly, where is that Jerry CUC video when you need it? Because that is a mouthful. He is a handful also, big boy. But yes, that is the Queensland side. Frank, what are your thoughts on that team? Besides getting a bath next Wednesday.
I frankly think if that's the team they present all 3 games, they're going to go 0-3 this series.
Yeah, look, honestly, I don't feel for them, but they aren't going to.
I think they're in huge strife. Like Rob Toya in the centres is the biggest desperation play I've ever seen. And Latrell is just going to maul him. Like I honestly think Latrell is going to feast on him.
Defensively, their back line isn't that exciting.
No, it's terrible.
Seriously.
Fonowaker's like not really a shock to me. He's been there the last couple of years or whatever, and he's playing decent.
I think it's more so just because I presume that Pat Carrigan would be the prop.
Yeah, right.
You know
Yeah.
And like they might have shuffled someone else.
I'm kind of confused with like Cotter in the 11.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it feels like their forward pack's a bit mumbo jumbo. Why wouldn't Cotter?
Wouldn't you have Cotter either in the forward, like in the front row, or as a lock?
I'd have Cotter front row and Tino as lock.
Yeah, like that's
what I mean.
To be fair, they might change it come game day.
True. Have you had Bo Fermor though?
Had Bo Fermor, yeah, both had Bo Fermor. Lindsay Collins obviously snuck back in post injury, and then Trent Loiero. I don't think anyone could have seen that come. Definitely not Blind Freddie.
That's right.
So yeah, a bit of a shock pick there for mine. Not in terrible form, but. I don't know. Welcome to the Origin Cauldron, mate.
Yeah, we'll be very exciting. We've got some big things planned for that.
Yeah, we're going to do a stream. I think we should do a stream.
Yep, as do I.
Yeah, live stream the game from here. We'll have a few beers. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something on stream. I don't know. We've got lots of plans coming, so stay tuned to the socials and all of the channels to keep in the loop with that.
Yep.
I reckon we get into the recaps. We'll smash these out. There's only a few we want to talk about.
We'll kick off with the AFL.
AFL Preview, let's go.
All right, AFL. We had the Gold Coast Suns beating the Hawthorn Hawks 104-96. Frank, do you want to talk about that one?
No, I don't. TIO Stadium strikes again. Suns too good in the heat. Hawthorn sink. Love to see it.
I love seeing Hawthorn lose.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that game. Nothing particularly interesting there. TIO Stadium such a game changer for these guys. Like in the humidity.
I don't think they've lost there in the last 8 games.
They're elite there. They should take more games up
and
there.
they've got some good scalps there, like Bulldogs and Hawks.
Yeah, two great wins.
2 great wins for the Suns. Good for them. The Friday night, we had our Swannies getting up over Carlton 78-62. Fucking get that in here, Carlton.
Yes.
I don't understand, Carlton, how they're good one week and then fucking shit the next 4.
Well, it sounds like the Swans, to be honest.
Like, seriously, we were there when they beat Geelong Geelong the other week, and then they just dished up that. Betting Swans in Sydney is a hard task. Hasn't been for most teams this year, but nevertheless, the Swans shocked the world and actually put a performance together. So
in hindsight, that was the easiest unders points game I've ever seen in my whole life.
It was pissing down in Sydney, wasn't it?
Then they don't score at the SCG, so
No.
or Carlton in general. They're a super low scoring side which is weird given they have Curnow and Mackay and guys like that. But nothing particularly exciting there for me either. Swans just sort of build me up to break me down.
Yep.
Up 1 week, down the next. So you can pretty much guarantee we're going to lose this week.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get it.
I'm back on the train. I'm excited, and that means
emotionally invested in Sydney this year. So we'll keep them at an arm's length, which is fine.
Yep.
All right, and then we roll into the Saturday games. We had Collingwood beat the Crows 78-68. That was a great game. I was pretty keen to see what the Crows could dish up against the Pies. I think we both said that we thought Collingwood were going to win in a close one.
Yep.
Mind you, when these two teams play together, it relatively is a close game. I think that the Crows nearly knocked them off last time they played, but that was a good game to watch. Do you want to talk about that one at all?
No, that went pretty much how I expected. I thought Crows would give it a pretty good nudge, but I thought Pies probably just too classy, and they proved it in the end. So, that one went to plan.
Yep, beautiful. And then we had Geelong hammer the fuck out of Port Adelaide, 115-39. Yeah, fuck.
We're in the clouds with Kenny.
Big Jezza. Big Jeremy Cameron kicking 7. Ollie Dempsey, I think, kicked 2 goals, 3, and had about 30 touches. He has been fantastic all year.
Can we just get that scrolled down to touch?
Yep, thank you.
Up, sorry?
Up, sorry, yep.
There we go.
Beautiful. But yeah, Geelong just fucking...
Oh, it's just good to see, isn't it?
Although they haven't come away scot-free because Paddy Danger's picked up a little niggle.
Well, there's quite a few. That was the sniper of Port Adelaide was on fire.
Chris Cole.
Took down Horny pretty early, took down Danger, took down, I think, a couple of guys. I think 4 people went down with the string.
Is Baz Lenka a little bit sore?
He's pulled up a little bit sore, but he didn't do his string, so it should be okay.
Okay.
But geez, we said it earlier this season. Do you remember when we were talking about Kenny and we were saying, you weren't saying as much, but I was saying he should just go now.
Yeah.
Because every time they have these poor performances, it comes back to Ken and the club and
That's right.
how they're going to develop. And this is such a waste of a year so far.
I think
they've had 2 good wins.
Yeah, I think when you mentioned it last, they had those 2 wins potentially. But yeah, it does look bad. But also fuck, he needs to go. He's going to fucking go out.
Their list is terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
They don't have a very talented list. They spent, I think they traded Soldo for two pretty solid picks.
They're in trouble
and they've got no forward line. Georgiades is the only one attempting to kick goals, and he's kicking 60 behinds a game.
And if Zach Butters leaves in any due time, they're in big trouble through the middle too.
Yeah, huge trouble. I think Port, in the next 5 years, pretty dicey for them.
Yeah, they're not getting too many picks, especially with Tassie coming in. They'll fucking take all of them, snap them up quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Geelong bashed the shit out of them. And then a little bit of a shock of the week. Pains me to say it, but Fremantle beat GWS 95-61.
Got no interest in this game at all.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much, but the fact that we continue to shitbag Freo and that one sort of bounces back in our face.
Simon from Grafton goes whack. He did say they were going to travel to Sydney and win, and they did just that. So Simon from Grafton probably deserves another call soon.
That's right. Simon's double gets up, Bulldogs and Freo. So happy for Simon there. Yep. And yeah, so then the next game we had the Western Bulldogs fucking flog the Bombers.
Yes!
Frank, you can take the reins here.
Oh, jeez. I mean, look, we've talked a few times today about Blind Freddy, but even Blind Freddy could have seen this coming. Essendon are a pathetic team, a pathetic club, just a pathetic showing, and the Dogs just come out and do what dogs do and just maul those pricks.
They bash the shit out of them.
Better everywhere. We said last week, they are better everywhere. They can kick massive goals. Their defense is good. They've got one of the best midfielders in the comp. And they come out and they just embarrass Essendon.
It was 10 goals to 1. I was there. Obviously, I was trying to wallop in Doug's double, which it did get up, thank God. But
we will touch on that, don't worry.
That's right. And I left, 10 minutes into the third quarter because it was fucking 88 to fucking 10.
Oh, it was a flogging.
They flogged him. And I smelt a flogging on the cards after what they dished up. So literally in the last quarter against Sydney last week, they scored a point. Mm-hmm. And in the first quarter on the weekend, they didn't get a goal. I don't even know if they got a point either. Just shit.
Yeah, they're pathetic.
So bad.
They are pathetic.
How's you trying to, last week, trying to convince me that 2 metre Peter was a threat? I don't think he's touched the fucking Sharon in 3 weeks.
Maybe.
He's got to go back to the VFL.
Maybe, but there's a few things you can guarantee.
Kick at Fig Tree.
There's a few things you can guarantee in this life. The doggies, just demolishing Essendon last week was one of them, given also Bontempelli 25 touches and 2 goals. Lock it in. You said Ed Richards for 25. Lock it in. Libba for 30. Lock it in. All those things came true. You know what else? You know what else came true?
What?
Doug's double.
Oh,
Tell the
Doug's
viewers.
double is fucking back in a big way, guys. It's been a tough journey for all the Doug's double fans out there. But look, we're back, and I promise you, I fucking look you dead in the fucking eye and tell you, I promise you, we're going back to back this week. We're taking it to the next level, to the promised land. Unknown territory, winning the second leg of the Doug's double this year, so we will get there.
Yep.
But yes,
it only takes 10 days to double up until you're a millionaire. Just remember that.
That's exactly right. So, moving on from that game, we had the fucking spoon bowl. I had to keep my eyes open with duct tape for this one. We had North Melbourne beating the Richmond Tigers 78-74. Mind you, it wasn't the worst game ever. But knowing that basically it wasn't going to change our bottom 2 predictions.
Look, I understand that North Melbourne get 4 points from that, but that just goes to show you where they're at.
Oh yeah,
Tigers are rebuilding so hard, and this mob can barely beat them.
They'd have to have almost a full team of fucking first round draft picks, a couple of old guys mixed in. But
yes, congrats on the 4 points. But if you're a North Melbourne fan, enjoy the win, but you're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about it that much, to be honest. It was a pain to watch.
Next.
And then we had the Melbourne Nam Demons beating Brisbane 99-88. That one.
Who could have seen that coming?
Well, to be honest, Brisbane have been in cruise control. We've mentioned it 1,000 times this year. And just with the talent Nam have in their midfield, with Gorney, Clayton.
Track. Pickett every now and then.
Viney, Cozzy Pickett popping up. Jake Melksham, he had a fucking career game.
Yeah, right.
Down there, he was fantastic.
Is he just such a team of nerds?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. Melksham was getting straight into Harris Andrews all weekend. Lots of back and forth. But yeah, good for Melbourne. I mean, I'm not really excited the fact that they're going to be playing Sydney this week at home. So at their home, mind you. So yeah, but no, good for Melbourne. We like Melbourne on this. Well, personally, I like Melbourne on this podcast. Not sure if you do, but
that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Brisbane get beaten.
Yep, me too. At home.
And then the last game of the round, we had Adelaide Crows.
No,
that's not correct.
West Coast.
It was West Coast Eagles. Sorry, not the Adelaide Crows. West Coast Eagles. Different type of bird there. 108 beating St Kilda. 108-80.
Wow.
108. Yeah, wow. Don't know. That was a danger game for St Kilda. I think we said that, going to WA, the Eagles coming fresh off a tight loss to the Tigers week before. I don't know. I thought the Saints were in a little bit of trouble going over there. I said they had to fucking get over there and get the points, but...
I mean, just another reason why we're in the clouds today is that I'm on cloud 9. St Kilda lost, Doug's double won, Essendon got the fuck bashed out of them, Swanee's got up. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than this.
Nope, Sharks win, Souths win, Roosters lose.
Yep.
If only the Dragons had lost, it would have been a fucking 10 from 10.
It does not get much better than this. All right, player of the round for the AFL. I will go first. Bit of a no-brainer for me this week. And friend of the podcast. I've met him before. That's why I say friend of the podcast. I don't actually know him, but I've met him before.
He shook his hand.
He's got two dogs. I forget the breed now. Quite cute. Bailey Dale for the Western Bulldogs. Obviously come out of that one with 49 touches and leather poisoning. Just a great game. Bit of a shitbag on Bailey. What's the name? What's the halfback for the Doggies? Bailey. There's so many Baileys in that team. It tricks me. Anyway, not Bailey Dale. There's another one. Bailey, I can't remember his name. It's not Humphrey. That's the guy from Gold Coast. Could have got the bloke over 50 and just brushed him.
Yeah, it's like they set the runner out there just to make sure he didn't hit 50.
Oh, anyway, 49 touches. Great feat. Congrats, Bailey Dale. Player of the round for the AFL for me. Let's go.
And my player of the round was Jeremy Cameron. Speaking of 49 touches, Jeremy Cameron kicked 7 goals. 49 and 7 was what I used to average every week at Miranda Bombers. That is incredible. To be honest, he put them on fucking Geelong's back. We see Jeremy Cameron, I reckon 80% of his goals have to be snaps.
I believe 5 of them were in the last quarter too, correct?
Potentially. I did watch a period of that game before I went to the Doggies game, and he was just kicking them from everywhere. And they were all snaps.
I'm pretty sure he kicked 5 or 6 in the last quarter.
People love to fucking critic the old snap for goal, but I tell you what, no one does it better in the comp than Jeremy Cameron. I honestly think he's kicked most of his goals from the fucking pocket somehow, but he is fucking so good.
He is a special.
He was my player of the round. Had to step up with danger going down, and they fucking, like I said, they demolished Port Adelaide. So 7 snags. He's my pick for the Coleman. He's doing very well.
I think he's 2 off Max King, correct, in the league?
Yeah, and he is
Ben
boring as
King,
all.
sorry, not Max King.
Max King sucks. Wayne's son. He is boring as all shit. So let's hope Jeremy Cameron can knock that over. And that wraps up the AFL for the week.
Righto, straight into the NRL recap. No mucking around here. First game of the week, the Snooze Fest. Night 6, defeated by the Eels 28. Not much to touch on here. Thought Lomax had a very good game, and Moses. I mean, they're just a different side when they got those two in there. What do you think?
You're not going to kick down?
No, we don't punch down. Congrats to the Eels. They got their 2 points. We'll see you not in September, so book your Bali holiday now because we won't be seeing you there.
How many games they won this year?
I think that's for the second, maybe.
Oh, yeah. That'd be enough.
Yeah, too many. But
yep.
no, we don't punch down the podcast. Congrats to the Eels fans. But you're going to lose this week without those two. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, look, honestly, I was having a nap in this game forcibly because I'd rather do that than watch it. But no, good, happy for the Eels to finally get a couple wins at the board.
Yeah.
Newcastle, not sure what's happening.
Absolute shambles.
But yeah, when you're dishing up 6 points to the Eels pre-origin break, it's not exciting. Why the fuck did they have to beat the living shit out of South like the week before, 2 weeks ago, and then just dish this up? Why couldn't they do that for the Eels?
They were versing your Jersey flag side, mate. Like,
that's true. But yeah, good for the Eels. Happy to see them win, I guess.
Yeah, no, we don't punch down here.
No.
Next game of the week, we had the Bulldogs 24 defeating the Roosters 20. Obviously, this is the game that ended Douglas with blue hair. 14-0 at halftime, gets on Instagram, chirps the Bulldogs faithful.
Again.
And just pays for it dearly with the blue hair. So,
yep.
I mean, Bulldogs, they cannot stop winning.
What a side. What a team, honestly.
They are impressive. As much as we shitbag them, they are impressive.
You know, but I've always been the Bulldogs have always been my second team. I've loved them since I was young. I've always been a fan. Like I said, Willie Tonga, Marco Mealy, Willie Mason, Hazem Masri, the Patton.
Yep, General.
The General. We love him. But yeah.
You had him in your top 4 this year too, didn't you?
Yep. Still don't have him in my power rankings at the moment, though. That is pending.
Yeah, they'll come back.
That is under review. But the Bulldogs obviously coming back from the Raiders the week before. Yep. That was a massive task. Did I regret what I posted about the Roosters instantly? Yes, because the Roosters are a fucking awful team.
But it was a win-win for you, really, right? Because, well, no, not really. But, the Roosters lost, so that's a tick for you. That's a plus.
It's a massive tick.
Yeah.
That's a great start to the weekend, the Roosters losing.
So it was a win-win because, Bulldogs lose, your post looks good, Roosters lose, you're happy.
That's right.
But you got blue hair, so.
That's right.
Next game of the week, we had the Dolphins 12, defeated by the Warriors 16. This podcast has been 75% Luke Metcalf plays.
I was waiting for it.
And it will continue here. Just another great performance from the kid.
Leading the Daily M now.
Yeah, the guy's on fire. There's not much more that you can say that I haven't sucked off in the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll continue this week. We'll see. But yeah, nice. I mean, Warriors are traveling and winning, which is unheard of from them. So to get in a low-scoring game, they're grinding out these wins. Pretty impressive. They're in second. Metcalf leading the Dally M. All big ticks for me. Congrats to the Wars fans. Mm-hmm. You're proving me very wrong from my prediction for the start of the year.
I didn't catch too much of this game, but like I said, this isn't looking too good for your bottom 4 predictions because the Warriors look like they are smooth sailing in the top 4.
Yep.
So they're always happy to see you eat your words there. And yeah.
Next game of the week, we had the Cowboys 6 defeated by the Sea Eagles 24. This one in Townsville. Manly travel and fucking demolish the Cows.
Yeah. I think this was one of the ones we could sort of swallow our words.
No, I'm actually not going to cop that. No.
What do you mean?
No, because I said in that game, if you remember very correctly, roll the tapes back. The Cowboys, they made a major switch. They put Purdue into the 5'8" position when
he was due to switch.
Completely unnecessary. And they dropped a big red dog Cliff, who had been pretty good for the Cows, I'd say. And they got punished. And Tom Turbo didn't even have a great game. Like he bombed like 2 tries. So this could have been a real 36-6 sort of drubbing. And I had a feeling the Sea Eagles would get him. I don't know if I tipped him or not, but I just had a feeling that switch from the Cowboys wasn't going to be particularly great. So yeah, I know I won't eat my words here.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I thought the Cowboys would have scored a few more points than that. It was one of those games where I could have seen it going like 24-18 or 30-24, especially at Townsville. Would have been dry up there, fast pace. But yeah, the fucking Sea Eagles just smothered them and couldn't get a point on the board. So
yep. Next game of the week and the best game of the week. The mighty Cronulla Sharks 31 defeat the Storm 26 at Shark Park. Tell you what, this team.
Talk to them.
This team is just doing bits. They are. They really are. Storm, the front runner of the competition, I think you can argue pretty easily. And the Sharks just demolish him, never in question. Kale Iro, just a standout again in the centres. He look, him and Pookie, my Pookie Green Anderson, great games. Obviously, Xavier Coates sat on Dan Atkinson's head
What a hanger.
in a real good mark.
Yep.
But the Sharks just too strong, man. We got a lot of points. Our defence is decent, and we finally just show that we can turn up sometimes in these big games. So get that up, you Bellamy. Get that up, you Melbourne. Get that up, you all you fucking Storm fans. Long way back to Melbourne.
They wouldn't have travelled to fucking Shark Park.
Doesn't matter. Get that up, ya. Sharkies do it again. I've got grand final tickets. See you in September.
Very nice. I love it, mate. Roll into the next one, will you?
Righto. Broncos 26 defeated by the Dragons 30. Oh, as a neutral, isn't this a great result?
If only there were more injuries, to be honest.
I know we shitbagged the Dragons. I really don't have anything against the Dragons. My dad goes for them. I really don't mind them. But
what the hell is wrong with Brisbane?
Fuck, it's sweet to see those mongrels lose.
What's with their forward pack being so good? What's with their whole team being really good on paper and just not playing good at all?
This was such a Clint game, don't you think?
Oh, no.
This was just a Clint game.
He's been MIA for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he turns up and just fucking does his bit. What do you have? 2 tries, like an assist or 2?
2 tries. We tipped Jacob Little anytime try score a 650 in this one,
Oh.
and runs the length of the field.
You could play Chariots of Fire over that fucking try.
Who chased him down? Who was it?
Ezra Mam.
Ezra Mam chases him down, hits him with the goosey over the line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I was stiff when that happened.
And Ezra Mam had a relatively good game
he
too.
did. Well, we had him as well. We tipped him
That's
as well.
right. And he had a fucking hot start to that game. But yeah, getting outrun by a hooker. Not the hooker of the kind that we like, but an NRL hooker getting dusted. Not the greatest look for Ezra Mam there.
Nah, but just as Dragons, they're a grindy sort of team, and Broncos are just shitting the bed at the moment. I love to see it.
Maguire could be gone at the end of this year, seriously.
Yeah, definitely could. They're in a bit of trouble. Next game of the week, we had the Raiders 40 demolishing the Titans 24. GIO Stadium in Canberra. Yeah, nothing too exciting in this one.
Nah, look, not much to talk about at all, to be honest.
Nah.
I mean, maybe I'll use this opportunity to talk about the player of the round, which was KO Weeks.
Okay.
He was good in that game, had 2 tries, ran for over 200 metres, and Frank's Titans just were never going to stop. I mean, 40 points is pretty intense, but they are good for a point to themselves. The Titans 40-24.
Yeah, they're still scoring points, which is just bizarre, but
pretty comfy with that result.
Yeah, KO Weeks is in a serious purple patch of form at the moment. He had a rough start to the year, but he's come good the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks.
Definitely found his feet at that position.
Very impressive kid.
Mm-hmm.
Last game of the week, we had the Tigers 12 taking on, losing to Souths 22 points.
Come on,
lead it off.
Yeah, well, this fucking team, man, they are super inspiring. Like I said, we've got a lot of money sitting on the fucking pile at the moment with injury.
Yep.
I love this team so much that when they were up at halftime, I didn't put anything on Instagram. I thought, what great content this would be just to fucking have my South onesie on, chirping it up, but I didn't want to do it because I love them so much.
Yeah, you did text the group saying, I could get on here and go the early crow, but your team in your heart, it overpowered that.
If it was the Roosters or the Bulldogs or the Dragons, I would have been all over it. But my love bunnies, I wasn't going to do it to them, even though they are fighting so hard. Team of battlers, king of the battlers, Jai Arrow scores in the fucking last couple of minutes to put the nail in the coffin. But Tigers usually our bogey team. Especially at Campbelltown, so really happy. Souths go into the bye with a plus record. Love them to death. After the bye, we'll get a few back from injury. Walker, Whiten, you name it. Munro.
Pretty impressive stuff from a team that's just been bashed with injury.
That's right, and I'm pretty sure we got a pretty entertaining run after the bye as well. So let's hope that Latrell and our boy Campbell Graham can sort of come back from Origin / camp in fit firing spirits and move forward from there. So, go
Love
South.
All right, my player of the round to finish us off. We don't punch down on this podcast, and while we may have done in the past is not the present, and the present does not dictate the future.
Mm-hmm.
This week's player of the round, Zach Lomax. That may come as a surprise to a lot of the viewers, given I shitbagged the living fuck out of him quite a lot. But he is very talented. He's such an aerial.
You won't winning any Parramatta fans back, mate. They're gone.
I don't care about them.
They're long gone.
I don't care about any of them. We won't see him past September anyway. He's just such an aerial threat. And with Moses' kicking game, he was against Fletcher Hunt, I think it was, who's on debut. Poor bastard. Comes in and just gets, peppered with 35 high balls a game. But yeah, I thought Lomax, like, just in terms of energy, I think he just went out there and just killed it. Deserves the New South Wales spot by far, as long as he's healthy, of course.
Massive diva.
Yeah, of course. He's a dead shit, but he is the player of the round. So congrats to him. 2 tries, Parramatta win, mainly off the back of him and Moses. Congratulations, Zach Lomax and the Eels fans, and go fuck yourselves. Let's go.
Good for him.
Yep.
Well done.
AFL.
Alrighty, let's roll into the AFL.
That was the review, and this is the
preview.
There you go.
Well done. Thank
Let's
you. All right, I reckon game of the week on Thursday night. We've got the Geelong Cats at home playing the Western Bulldogs. They are paying $1.85 to beat the Bulldogs at $2. Line is 2.5. I mean, something that sticks out for me, and I think you'll agree with me here, is that the Bulldogs aren't favourites in this one. Don't know.
Probably purely down to GMHBA Stadium, you think?
Yeah, that has to be. Because like the Bulldogs are scoring like 100 points a fucking week at the moment.
I tell you what, if GMHBA is anything to go by in terms of what we're feeling in this room at the moment, holy shit, it is going to be cold down there.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be a great game. Like I said, Geelong aren't proving to be as strong as one would think at home. Like I said, they lost to the Giants by a fair bit the other week. I honestly think Bulldogs are special for this. Like, take out their loss against the Gold Coast Suns in fucking TIO.
In the Tiwi Islands.
They are just smashing teams of late. So I reckon, honestly, this is a fucking great little bet here. The Western Bulldogs at $2.
Yeah, I think mainly, like, Dangerfield being out is a huge out for them.
But their midfield, man. The Bulldogs' midfield is just motoring. Like, Tim English had 27 on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing on Goldie, mind you. But, like, Ed Richards, Liberatore, Bond, they're fucking going ballistic. Bailey Dale, 49.
Yeah, they certainly are. I'm with you. I think Bulldogs look a pretty tasty bet here, just purely off the back of, like, Dangerfield and a couple of niggles. Like, there's a bit of talk around Bailey Smith.
Who plays on Jeremy Cameron?
It'd have to be... It depends. I mean, fuck, Geelong throw him on the wing sometimes. But if he's playing full forward, it's got to be Liam Jones.
Well, if they throw Jeremy Cameron on the wing, then fucking pencil Bulldogs in for a win. Because every time they do that, they fucking go to shit.
If he's full forward, Liam Jones goes to him. And I think it's a pretty good matchup, to be honest.
But I'm locking in the Bulldogs. What do you think?
I like the Bulldogs. I think they're a great bet at the line or head-to-head. So they should be a bit close. Like, I know it's only a slight, but I'm almost having favourites in this one, to be honest. They're just slightly better form, less injury, and look good. So, doggies for me.
Very nice. All right, and then Friday night we have the Dreamtime game. It's the Essendon Bombers, $1.35. Play Richmond Tigers, $3.23. Line is 18.5. Frank, I've seen Essendon play 2 weeks in a row. I was thinking about going to this game, watching them play a third time in a row, put the gun in my fucking mouth. 18.5, 3 goals and a bit. Don't know if that's generous enough, to be honest. I think Richmond are showing ticker. We say that every week. They are fucking at least trying.
They've got so much more heart than this weak pack of Essendon, haven't they?
Essendon stink at the moment. I mean,
they've got, let alone, like, stinking is one thing. But being, like, pathetic in terms of effort and heart and desire is another. And Essendon is that for me. Oh, man.
I can just see Richmond up for this one. Yeah. Maurice Rioli kicking fucking 3 goals. It's going to be a fucking spectacle, I reckon. Like, just pencil it in for it's a great night, honestly.
I think Sam Lawler's going to kick 2 goals here on these mugs. And line 18.5, pretty fair. I think I'd play Richmond at that, just given what we're seeing from Essendon. They're putting up absolute shit, and Richmond are trying super hard. This is generally a close game, so line 18.5 for Richmond seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, honestly, I can't pick. I'm sorry, but I cannot pick Essendon. Bet, tip, nothing.
No.
Putting in my footy tips this week, I'm tipping Richmond.
Love it.
Sliding down the ladder as we talk. All right, and we've got Carlton, $1.82, playing Greater Western Sydney, $2.02, line at 2.5. What the fuck?
Why? How did Carlton jump favourite to anyone at this point?
That's right. And like I said, Giants have lost a couple of recent, but they've had some fucking tough matchups. They did beat Geelong in Geelong. How does this team on paper not get the bookies in their favour? I'm sorry. This is fucking Carlton we're talking about. They lost to Sydney last week, who suck.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm seeing. Obviously, this is an overcorrection from the Freo bashing.
Are they resting half their team? Why are the Giants not favourites to beat Carlton? I don't know.
Obviously, we're recording on this on Tuesday. Team list out on Thursday. Typically,
there must be some sort of gastro going through Giants because they should be the fucking favourites.
I mean, maybe Hogan's lost a leg. I don't. I still think he'd probably kick 5 against Carlton if that was the case. $2.02 for GWS is a special this week. Carlton are a topsy-turvy sort of club, but GWS just match up so good. They got great key defenders. They got great key forwards.
Good taggers.
And their midfield can win ball. So For me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, for me, like I said, we talk about Carlton being good. I think of their midfield on paper, which are great. When Mackay and Curnow are playing great, they play great. But I just think that the Giants have a better midfield. They have the defenders to mark up on their good forwards,
They
and
really
like
do.
they've got about 7 forward options that, other than outside Wiedering and fucking Jack Silvani has fucking been awesome this year.
He has been playing good.
He might have copped the niggle potentially.
Yeah, I think he's out, to be honest. I think because he dropped out of the Swans game.
That rings a bell. Yeah. So whether or not he plays, but yeah, I think there's just too many options for Giants. I think. Honestly, looking at it right now, they are a special. I fucking hope they win.
GWS backline, like, arguably matches up better to Curnow and Mackay than, like, almost anyone I can think of.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, Sam Taylor and Buckley and, like, those guys down back, they match up excellent against Carlton, like, Mackay and Curnow and stuff.
Yep.
So this is a no-brainer for me. GWS are a special at the underdog price.
Me too. That's 3 roughies, 3 from 3.
Whack.
All right, and then we've got Hawthorn $1.56 playing the Brizzy Lions $2.43, line 9.5. Wow.
Did Lions start this price if they lose again? If they beat Melbourne? Not for mine.
I mean, Hawthorn lost last week to Gold Coast. So the fact that they're favourites are that short too, I don't know. But this is the thing, man. Hawthorn fucking glazed by the bookies all year.
Yep.
I fucking hate it.
This could be a fuck around and find out kind of spot because, like, Lions could come out here and win by 40 and I wouldn't be too shocked. And at $2.43, like, if you're telling me they beat the team last week and then they beat Melbourne last week and then start $2.43 here, I don't think so. I think this is an overcorrection for mine.
No, just because it's in Melbourne, I don't think they can. The price can be that short. I mean,
what is it? It'd be a Saturday sort of mid-arvo game, 4 p.m. probably.
I think so. It could be Saturday night game. I don't know.
I mean, it's a great litmus test because, like, we don't really know what Hawthorn's at the moment. So, pretty good litmus test. But I mean, you give me $2.43 on the Premiership side, who
are cruising.
Yeah, who aren't looking amazing, but they're not looking terrible. I'll take that every day of the week.
Yep, and Coleman back for the Lions. I'm not sure if he's played previously to last week. Yeah, I think it might have been his first game, but he's fucking awesome. He's been out since, I think, like round 1 last year. He's a one to watch. So moving on to the next one, we've got the North Melbourne Kangaroos, $5.30 play, Collingwood $1.16, line 34.5, should be 84.5.
Yeah, let's move through this pretty quickly. Kangaroos, no heart. Pies could rest their first starting 18 and probably still win.
Frank could play all 22 positions and they'd still win.
I'd have 30 touches too.
Yep, let's just end it at that, to be honest. Pies win convincingly.
Yep.
All right, and then we've got fucking Fremantle, $1.33 versus Port Adelaide, $3.36, line 18.5. This is a serious sleepy game for me.
I'm not going to watch this for sure, but Port Adelaide $3.36 and Freo $1.33. This stinks of an upset to me. Like, I know Freo in Perth, but we get it. They're good over there. Blah,
but they're not good over there.
They're not good at all. They are. They'll be in the top 4 given I put them there. But this seems like such a letdown spot for me. Like, don't you reckon? Freo, they travel to GWS, they demolish them. They come home and they lose to a shit Port Adelaide squad. It is written in the stars.
From the looks of it, it'll be a Saturday night game, probably the same time as the Pies Kangaroos game.
Fuck, that's a dreadful Saturday night showing, eh?
Yeah, because it's going to be over in Perth, so I'll probably have the 2 games at once. But either way, that is an absolute fucking stinker. I hope both teams lose. Frank, what about you?
I mean, I wouldn't back Freo $1.33, that's for sure. Would I back Port Adelaide at the moment? Probably not, but $1.33 on Freo is like suicidal.
Yep.
So,
and it goes from bad to worse to kick off Sunday in the graveyard. It's Adelaide at $1.05 play, West Coast Eagles $10.50, line 50.5.
Wow.
Adelaide in Adelaide. Honestly, I think Thilthorpe, Taylor Walker, and Darcy Fogarty will all kick 3 goals on the weekend.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
West Coast, they would be fucking battered and bruised after the weekend in their grand final.
I think if you're a nurse, you should be down at Adelaide Oval because Thilthorpe and Fogarty are going to have leather poisoning with the amount of goals they're going to kick.
I'm going to have so many ladder bets on Adelaide forward line.
Yeah, it's going to be crook. $1.05 is GM for mine. Should be $1 flat.
That is my special of the week. Adelaide to win.
Line 50.5 should be 500.5. That's it.
Yep, well done. Adelaide win in a tight one. And then we've got Melbourne at home, $2.05 playing the Sydney Swans, $1.80, line 2.5. This could be a fucking serious game of football. I hope it is, because I will be there. Frank, hopefully you will be there.
Yeah, maybe. This scares the fuck out of me.
Me too.
This game, it really does.
I think Melbourne are a fucking treat,
Oh,
personally.
it scares the hell out of me here. Obviously, Swans lose on Marty for 3 weeks. I believe there was someone else who went down. I can't quite remember at the moment, but Melbourne just, they're lifting. They found a little bit of form. Obviously, beating Lions is no small task, especially up at the Gabba. And the Swans just not all there. Physically, we're not there. Mentally, we're not there.
Think we're there.
I mean, if Hamlin goes to Harris Andrews, like, what is going to happen there?
Surely they do not waste their best backman on fucking Joel Hamling. Surely they just go, Harris, don't go anywhere near any of their forwards.
He's effectively a forward tagger, Hamling. He goes to the key defender.
Oh,
It's bizarre. It
man.
is bizarre. And he gets paid to play AFL. So, I mean, what's going on there? But Melbourne, like, I feel like Gawn is going to fucking dominate Grundy.
Yeah.
Who has been good. I'll give him that. Has been good. But I don't like this game at all. It's a huge stay away.
Mind you, Chad and Isaac in there amongst it with fucking Clayton and Christian Petrarca. That'll be a hell of a battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am scared absolutely shitless. Like, Melbourne are coming off a hot victory. Swans beat Carlton, so
And
you can't
Swans
really...
at the MCG, like,
Yeah,
it's not a tick.
as we know, living here 5 times a year, it's not like they're very comfortable
It's
there.
not a tick.
Let's just go off grand finals as well.
This is a huge pass game for me. Not interested at either.
Yeah.
If I was to play, probably honestly with Demons at underdog money.
That's right. We're non-biased here, so taking our team out of it.
Yeah.
Swans win by 100.
And we don't punch down.
That's right. Moving on to the last game of the round, we have St Kilda 2.59 play the Gold Coast Suns $1.50 line at 12.5. It's at Marvel. St Kilda do tend to play better at Marvel,
And
but
Suns hate Marvel.
Suns hate Marvel because it's cold and dark.
Dimmer, like, is
Allergic.
notoriously against Marvel.
Yep. I still think Suns are going to win, and I'm going to say they're going to win by a lot because they are fucking steamrolling.
Yeah, this seems like the perfect spot to back St Kilda, though, to be honest. I know I've said that about almost every game this week, about the underdog, but St Kilda at Marvel are a different beast. You know they are.
I know.
And I hate them as much as any bloke. Trust me, I hate them. I fucking hate them. I
Jiggins.
hate St Kilda. I hate them.
Jiggins.
I hate Ross. I hate all of them.
Mm.
But $2.59 at Marvel against a team that historically doesn't perform pretty well there.
I know, but this Sun, that's what I was going to say. This Suns outfit this year isn't the Suns of old. Like, they have proven that they can travel this year and win, and they are beating. Like I said, they beat the Dogs.
So maybe Suns win, but two and a bit goals is, given how St Kilda play, I think it's good. I think it's good.
Okay, I don't know. I think Suns will cover that line personally.
Fair enough.
But I cannot argue that St Kilda have been playing some decent football when they want to. So
Yep.
That wraps us up for the AFL run through. We will now scroll down to the NRL run through.
Righto.
Frank, you can take the reign here. It's a short week, so we'll fucking get through this relatively quick.
We're gonna pump through these, and then get into the finishing segment. So NRL preview. Let's go. First game of the week. We have Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs $1.33 taking on the Redcliffe Dolphins $3.35. Line 9.5. Douglas, what do you think about this game, my friend?
Yes, so the Bulldogs, they've got a few outs this week, I believe.
They do, yes. Quite a few outs.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to make too much of a difference. They are rolling hot and they are playing at home. Dolphins, I mean, they're going to be without Hammer.
Yeah, pretty much just Hammer. Yeah, Tom Gilbert's out, but hasn't been amazing for him anyway. So,
and they've still got a few to come back from injury, like Max Plath and that. So, I mean, they're a little bit wounded.
Yep.
But I don't know. Bulldogs have a bit of shuffling to do this weekend, but personally, I still think they're going to get the job done. I hope they're losing to 0 at halftime again, personally. I don't think the Dolphins have it in them to fucking beat them. But
can't dye your hair blue again?
Yeah, that's right. So let's see how that rolls in.
Yeah, I kind of like the Dolphins a little bit here. I think Hammer out is pretty big for them. Averillo is decent enough in terms of speed and stuff, but Bulldogs without Saluka Fafita, Kurt Mann.
Oh, what a huge loss he is.
I'll get to the other ones, but Kurt Mann, Max King, who I've been notoriously high on. I think he's probably one of the best forwards in the comp, and I think the Bulldogs probably have one of the best forward packs in the comp.
I'll tell you what, the King family in Australian sports are doing well. Max King, Ben King,
Josh King,
Wayne King. Fuck, they are everywhere.
Yeah, they are. It's pretty impressive family tree. Who else out for the Bulldogs? Critter, obviously.
Karaz.
Captain, Karaz as well. There's a lot of outs in key positions, so I wouldn't be shocked if the Dolphins turned up and they got points in them as well. So $3.35 is a pretty wide price for me, but I'd say the Bulldogs win 1-12, but Dolphins are very intriguing at underdog money for mine.
Yep. Very nice.
Next game of the week, we have the Parramatta Eels, $2.66 taking on the Manly Sea Eagles, $1.48, line 5.5. Lovely to see Manly not at 4 Pints Park again. Eels without Moses and Lomax, which is effectively, you can just pencil them in a loss already. Manly without Cherry Evans and Hamoli probably back because he's in extended.
Gerbo's out, concussion.
Gerbo is out. What do you think about this game?
Honestly, Frank, I hope that the both of us have plans for this game because I wouldn't wish this game upon my worst enemy. This is a stinker. I don't think anyone could give a shit about these teams. Like, even Manly and their fans, are they excited to watch? This is probably their grand final for Manly, to be honest, playing the Eels, because this is when they'll Manly love to punch down.
Yeah, they do.
And they will be loud and proud if they win. So, honestly, I don't want to back the Eels here, but I hope they win.
Notorious.
I want the Eels to win this week. Is that such a hard thing to say?
No, they are notorious flat track bullies, the Manly Sea Eagles. I just can't see the Eels winning without Moses and Lomax. I know I'd love to see it.
Right.
I'd love to see it, but Lomax and Moses out is so big, and we've seen how the Eels play like dog shit, without them before earlier in the year. So I just can't see it. And obviously DCE out for Manly's pretty big, but he hasn't really been that good, to be honest, in the last sort of 6 weeks ever since he went on TV. So I think Manly win, but yeah, Manly win.
Yep, righto.
So we don't punch down, but Manly win, and by 100. Next game of the week, we have the Penrith Panthers, $1.37, taking on the Newcastle Knights, $3.09, line 9.5. Pretty wide prices, Doug. What do you think?
Well, given that Knights can't fucking score any points, I don't think Penrith are going to score less than 10 points. So I don't know what the go is here. Obviously, they'll have no Cleary, no Yeo, Bizarre. Edwards. So, but then again, like, how many times we see Penrith put up just their fucking up-and-comers and they just demolish teams because they have ammunition for days.
I know, but they would... I mean, look at them at the start of the year.
But Knights have no best.
Pox. Yeah, they don't have... I mean, they don't have Ponga, who's, arguably their best player, who's played like shit. Bradman Best, Greggy Marju. I think Dylan Lucas is all right.
I'll tell you who they do have, though.
Fletcher Sharp from Timu.
No. The king of Crossland.
Phoenix. Oh, they do. Friend of the pod.
Friend of the podcast, Phoenix Crossland. Yeah. I hope he's not going to don the 7 this week, will he? They got Cogger there.
No, they put Cogger and the other Nuffy Gamble.
Yeah,
They just need to give the 7 to the boy Crossland and just let him cook for mine.
Sit him in the 9.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I honestly hope. Let's hope the Knights get up for Phoenix this week.
Friend of the podcast, and I will say, he is one tough cookie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he plays hard. He plays real hard. He gets me real hard. I don't think the Knights win here. I think... without Ponga, they're in a bit of trouble, regardless that they're versing the SG ball.
Phoenix must be doing some serious damage up in the Newcastle nightlife, I think.
Oh, I think he would be, yeah, definitely, down at Merriweather Beach. But yeah, I mean, Knights $3.09 is probably not wide enough, unfortunately.
Nah, not for me. Penrith should win this, and they'll cover the line too.
Yep, love it. Next game of the week, Sydney Roosters, $3.40, taking on the Cronulla Sharks. That just blew your ears out, and I apologise.
Yeah, I heard, actually.
$1.32, line 9.5. Doug, before we get biased, please.
We don't get biased this podcast.
We're unbiased, but how does this game go?
This game goes one of one ways, and it's Sharks 40, Roosters 0. I'm very excited. I'm going to put on my signed Nathan Merritt 2005 jersey, which is a winger's jersey, signed by Nathan Merritt. I'm in Shark spirit this week. I'm going to join you this week, and let's hope the fucking Roosters go 0-2 for the last fortnight.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to hear that, and it's a pleasure doing business because, let's be real honest here, Cronulla Sharks fucking dominate this Sydney Roosters side. There is nowhere they are better than us other than dropping the ball, given that Marky Mark and Dom Young are both in the team. So I think, other than height, they probably don't have us covered anywhere. And Kale Iro is in the team, so we don't lose when he's in the team. Tricky Trindle's going to cook. AFB is going to run over the top of whoever these mugs put in their forward pack. It really doesn't matter at this point. McInnes will shed blood at some point. That's a guarantee. And the Sharks win by 40-0 for
Beautiful.
One. Yeah,
easy, simples.
Yep. And the next and the last game of the week, New Zealand Warriors $1.78 taking on Canberra Raiders $2.07, line 2.5. Was missing, I don't think anyone from memory.
NRL Vegas.
Mitchie Barnetti.
Mitchell Barnetti,
yeah,
the Italian
Barnettios.
The NRL Vegas rematch.
It is, yeah, which the Raiders won pretty comfortably, which made me think that the Wars in the bottom 4 was a lock.
We wrote them off instantly.
Raiders without Huddy Young, and I believe that's it, but that's both their strike back rollers in that Pommy prick on the right and Huddy Young on the left gone. So could be interesting. Wars obviously with the best player in the comp at the moment, Luke Metcalf. I'm really intrigued by this game. I think probably fair prices, I'd argue, across the board.
Actually excited to sort of have a good quality game on a Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
Wires being, this is a dumb question, but is it in New Zealand? Yep, awesome.
Oh, I'm assuming it's on the left. So
but I just didn't know if they had like a fucking, probably a stupid question. I did say stupid question, and that was a stupid question.
Okay.
It is at home. It's in Auckland. I knew that anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, Warriors win this one at home.
Yeah, I prices just feel pretty bang on for mine. Like Raiders travelling without Huddy Young's pretty big loss.
Yeah,
feels fine.
All right.
And that's the game done. That's all, that's the round recaps done.
I don't know about you, Frank. This is unbiased again, but I'm happy to see less NRL games this week because I just, outside of Souths winning and the Sharks winning and the Roosters losing and the blue hair, just happy to just fucking have a bit of let them sit back a little bit with the NRL.
Look, there's a reason we're floating in the clouds, and
that's right,
and we're enjoying it. So maybe we'll
spend a
bit of time up here. I don't know. Do you want to do Doug's double this week, or are we posting on the Instagram?
I haven't got a Doug's double just yet. Like I said, I like to sort of, I don't want to rush into it.
No,
the fans and followers deserve better from me than just to fucking give it a half effort. But obviously, the Doug's double on the past weekend, we had Western Bulldogs to -3.5, Tim English for 15 plus disposals, and Ed Richards for 20 plus. They both had north of 20 disposals, and the Western Bulldogs won by 1,000. So that was a fucking very good game. Early cash. I was home before the game even finished, and I was at Marvel. So that was a great win. So thank you all for your ongoing support. The following is getting bigger and bigger, not only with our page, but with Doug's double. So thank you guys for that. I will cook something up massive for this week.
And shout out to our sponsor, as always, Walker Golf Things at Walker Golf Things on Instagram, www.walkergolfthings.com. You can use code PROVIDEPICS15 to get 15% off. We love Walker Golf Things. They have the best shit in the golf market. Go check them out and use the code. Help the boys, support the boys, and we support you.
Yep.
While we're doing sponsor talk, obviously Bet Sniper, code affiliate 20 will get you 20% off. Head to the link in our bio. It's how I managed to go plus 19 units last week.
Doug's double
1-2. So, I mean, clearly, if 19 units isn't enough, Doug's double winning has to be the one to get you over the line.
That's right. Yeah. My 1 unit.
Yeah, correct. So that has to be enough to get you to sign up to Bet Sniper. It is the best odds prop, any research tool in the business for mine. All right. Footy card multi. We'll finish off with this and then we'll get the fuck out of here. We'll let you keep going on with your Arvo.
Yep.
Footy card multi. Last week, Doug had Oliver Dempsey and Oscar Allen, which cashed very easily. So congratulations on that one.
Thank you. Thanks to the footy card gods, really. Wasn't just me.
No, you're right. And Frank, obviously, we had a justice void here. We had Jamie Elliott, who kicked 55, and Dangerfield, who went down with the string to Chris Kyle getting sniped. So that one voided. We will go again this week. So tell the people how this one works.
Yes, so if you've been watching on, you know how it goes. For the new viewers and listeners, what we do is we open up 2 footy card packs each. We choose a random number between 1 and 9, being the 9 cards in the pack. That number being drawn, that is one leg of one multi. Sorry, we take the 2 cards from each pack. 1 card from each pack, 2 cards in total. Yep. They are the legs for our multi, and we put a bet on that.
That's correct.
And we go from there.
We're going to open the pack. We're going to say a number. Whatever number that is, that's a player we got. All right, let's do it. Doug, kick us off.
Yep.
Which pack do you want?
I'll take the 2 inside ones.
Thank you. And I'll just do some ASMR for the viewers.
Yeah, maybe just the commentary because I don't want to blow their ears off.
Yeah, bit of ASMR here opening the packet. All right, so Douglas, what is the number of the card you have selected?
I stay on brand. 7's all week for me, so card number 7. Let's go through the first pack.
Please do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy shit. 6.
Oh my God, we've just pulled an epic.
That's good, isn't
That is good. That is good. That is good. It's only a silver epic, but
it is epic.
It's an epic. So
well, that was good to do live on screen, but also good to do live on screen. First leg of my multi, Jai. All I do is fucking miss. So probably a good one to have. But honestly, it's going to be a nervous watch. They are playing at home though against Port Adelaide.
Simon from Grafton will love that.
Let's pencil this one in. I might send this in the mail to Simon from Grafton. He loves Jai.
You're going to be lucky to get $1.10 on that leg. So I'm hoping you get a bit of value in the next one.
As do I. All right, I will open up pack 2, but not a bad pack.
No,
there.
great
Epic
pack.
Card.
Epic.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm drawing the good cards here.
Yeah, you are. Maybe you should open mine.
All right, Frank.
All right, so first leg, we have Jai Amis for the Fremantle Dockers. Second pack, Doug, what number card are you going to whip out?
Lucky number 7.
Okay.
Again, let's
go.
count them in. 1, 2, 3, 4. For my
what
fucking
that?
That's a Brownlow! We did it!
We fucking
fucking did it! Holy
Oh my
shit, we were talking about
God.
this. I am the pack king.
Yes.
Wait, do we turn around who it's going to be? Oh my God. Oh my God, I think it's going to be fucking...
Please.
What is this? Congratulations, you have found a select 2025 Brownlow Medal Predictor Signature Gold Card.
Oh my
This card entitles you
God.
to redeem a limited edition 2025 Brownlow Medal Signature Card if the player of the 2025 is a Gold Coast Suns player, not currently select by member Gold Series. This card will be redeemed.
All right, keep going. This is bad. This is bad podcasting.
I don't know, but that's a fucking good card.
That's a
all I
great
know.
card. Jeez, that's 2 bangers in the
That's
pack.
right.
Oh my God.
That was number 5, so that's 6, 7. Oh God. Okay. Look, it's Aaron Cadman, guys. We've got Aaron Cadman. This multi will literally pay $1.10.
Yeah.
So I might throw these guys to score. I'm gonna go
multiple.
At least 3 for Amos and 2 for Cadman. But that is my multi of the week. Sorry to get distracted. We've got some fucking very exciting football cards getting drawn here.
So, I mean, this could be worth a bomb, right? Because if a Gold Coast Sun... I mean, who the fuck is going to win the Brownlow for the Gold Coast Suns is the question.
They keep taking it off each other.
Yeah. But how this one works is if the winner of the Brownlow is a Gold Coast Suns player, you get to send this in and it gets signed by them. So this could be worth a mozza.
That's right.
It also could not. So we'll see how we go.
All right.
All right, Doug. Bit of commentary while I open this.
Yeah, so Frank here should be doing quite well to open this pack. Mind you, made quick work of it over here. Looking like he's struggling. Here he goes.
Righto. I'm going 5.
Frank going 5. Jeremy Cameron. Let's count them in,
Righto.
Frank.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Was that 5 or is
No, 5's in your left hand. You're about to draw it.
Okay, I've got the next one.
No, that is your 5th card.
Okay.
We'll just count after 5 here.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a short multi again this week for me. I've got a Footy Heads Nick Larkey.
Oh,
so
God.
potentially we might ladder him up.
Is
but
there
I've
a
also
shorter leg?
I've pulled a Will Day Luminous, which is pretty impressive.
Cool gay.
We're Nick Larkey, first leg. Okay.
This might be the most exciting goal scoring multis of all time. We'll have to do multiples.
Going to need a bit of value in this pack. I'm going to go 7.
7's
like been the number.
Jump across. Yeah.
7's been the number. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
5,
6, 7. That'll be a void.
That's a void. Do we just go next? No, you know what? We'll go before. Nick Blakey for the Sydney Swans.
Okay.
I know it's not 7, but he's close to my heart, the Lizard. He did DM a girl I used to date back in the day. I have a screenshot of it, so if you want to see it, let me know. I'll send it to you.
We'll hold him at ransom.
Huh?
We'll hold him at ransom.
Yeah, I will hold him at ransom. But yeah,
Big Snapchat guy, let's just say.
Nick Blakey. So that makes the multi. Nick Larkey.
And Nick Blakey.
Nick Blakey, the Nick multi.
That is a good hair multi.
Yeah, I like the look of this. That'll get you some good odds. You'd get about 5 to 1 on that, I'd say.
I think that's good. I can see the Liz running off halfback kick one of the MCG.
For sure.
Wouldn't that be one to cheer home?
All right, so that's the 2 multis. Obviously, we packed pretty fucking good cards.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm loving that. We got a real reaction out of that.
Yeah,
so
you are on fire.
Get that into you.
Anything you want to talk about, Doug, before we sign off and get out of here?
Not too much, really. Like I said, we're going to try and sort of ease into some other sports, like US sports. Obviously, we've got the NBA Finals on currently at the moment. We just had the Denver Nuggets eliminated by the OKC. So OKC play the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, the Pacers is the other one.
And the Pacers-Knicks rivalry. That's a WWE rivalry. Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson got in the ring for a WWE promo a long time ago, and it's funny how the script plays out that they play each other in the conference finals. So good luck to all those teams, and also in the NHL playoffs for all our hockey fans /fan. That'll be me. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs being eliminated, so we now have Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars, and on the other side we have the Carolina Hurricanes play the fucking. Can't remember, but it's going to be an absolute thrilling series. Scotty Scheffler won the PGA Championship on the weekend.
Yes, he did.
He is dominating in the golf.
Did it with ease.
With ease. There's actually a few headlines going around at the moment now because Scotty Scheffler is being labelled a boring golfer, which is starting to ruffle his feathers, mind you.
Call me whatever you want. I got $100 million in the bank,
I think because he's winning everything, potentially.
Yeah, who cares?
But yeah, so, that's just some stuff we're going to try and sort of ease into as well.
We do want to branch out into some other sports. I will implore you one last time, please go and follow us on Instagram.
It'll be cooking right now.
We have some cool shit working on in the background. There's going to be a little bit of a rebrand. But yeah, content galore coming out there and across the whole board on the socials. So as always, please go and follow us. Other than that, I think that wraps us us up for episode 16.
Yep, nice and cruisy. It's been fucking great up here with this altitude and looking at the view from up here. But
yeah, we'll be back down on regular ground shortly. Maybe not next week. Who knows? But as always, thank you all for listening. This has been another episode of the podcast, episode 16. Thank you very much. Enjoy your drive home and
good fucking
see you when you see her.
Beautiful.